What's good, YouTube? Back at you guys with another live. What's up, y'all? We back at it, man. We back at it. Happy Saturday to you guys. Salute to you guys. What's up, man? So I hope you guys have had a really good week. You know how we do, we do. All right. So you know how we're doing. Today, if you don't know, if you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is KT or Kev or Kevin, whatever you feel like, but most people call me KT. Today, on the weekends, we do deep dives. Um, Generally on the video side, the long form, you can't really get too deep into it. But if you like deep dives and you like that's your thing, hang in with us, tap in with us on the lives, and we're all about. I'm all about helping you guys more in depth. Okay, and so that's what we do on this channel. This channel is for travelers, for expats, for people who are thinking about retiring, who want information about dating, who want more information about Vietnam, or more in depth, real boots on the ground. All right, so that's what we do on these lives. That's what we do on this channel. If that sounds good to you, please tap in, hit that subscribe button, like this stream today, guys. We're gonna go over, and we're gonna kind of pivot. We're gonna kind of pivot, and we're gonna jump into. So these last 8 weeks, we have been going over. We have been going a deep dives into cities, right? So city guides such as Saigon, Da Nang, Hanoi, Kanto, so forth and so on, right? Dalat, all these, all right? So that's basically step one, right? Step two is going into more of a deep dive with you guys, okay? Step three is actually going to these places and showing you what they look like. Okay. And I have a surprise for you guys. All right. So hang with me. All right. Well, I'll just tell you now. All right. So this next week we went through Kanto in the deep dive, and now my wife and I are gonna go check out Kanto this next week. So again, if that interests you, you're interested in Vietnam, you're interested in what it looks like on the ground. I'm checking out every single province, every single city on this channel. Okay, so I'll do long form videos, and hopefully we'll do live in Kanto. Okay, so we'll see that'll be next week. Next week's live, I'll be in Kanto. Okay, so with all that being said, thank you for hanging in there. Today we are going to talk about if you want to move to Vietnam in 2026, this is exactly what I would do. Okay, we're going to go over a lot of different information. So I got steps for you. All right, practical steps like we do on every live. Okay, and every video that I put on this channel, it's all about practicality. All right, so you can learn from me, and then you can put it into practice. Okay, that's what I do on this channel. All right, so let's jump into it. Don't forget to let me know, where are you viewing from. Put it in the comment section. I like to know where you guys are at. Shout out to you guys who are here. Love it, love it. All right, so let's jump into this topic. All right, so if I'm moving, if I could do this all over again, okay, if I could move to Vietnam in 2026, this is exactly what I would do. Okay, and I'm actually going to make a long form video on this topic as well. Okay, it'll be coming out this week. All right, so let's jump into this. All right, moving to Vietnam in 2026, what you gonna do? Okay, so this is what we're going to do today. All right, I'm going to tell you, I already told you basically why I'm shifting away from the city deep dives, but I'm going to tell you a little bit more. Okay, and two, what are the biggest mistakes that people make before moving here to Vietnam? All right, I'm going to break it down with step by step. All right, I have 7 steps for you. Okay, and so step one, just so you know, step one's going to be like, let's get clear, man. All right, we're going to get clear on why you want to move to Vietnam. And again, this is why I break down everything on my channel so that you guys get a real boots on the ground plan and what's going on here. Okay, a lot of things are moving forward. All right, so this is what we're going to do. Okay, so let's jump into it. Okay. So again, I told you already why I'm zooming out a little bit. I'm gonna take a step back from the city guides because you guys have gotten a lot of information from those city guides, and now let's put it into practice. All right, so you guys can use those past lives as just meat and potatoes of these different cities that you're interested in. All right, if you have a city that I have not covered yet, put it in the comment section, and then I'll do some research and maybe I'll put a video out for it. Okay. But if you're interested in knowing anything about any kind of city, just shoot me over a message, a comment in any of the videos. I got you. All right. But again, this is why, because we need a full relocation plan. Okay. So I want to put the information plus practicality, and then you guys go apply it. Okay, that's what we do. We do this together. All right, and so choosing a city is only one part of it. Okay, like I've told you in every single guide, every single video, you need to pick your region. Right, region, north, central, or south. Okay, then that's step one. Pick your region. Step two is going to be pick your city. All right, that's either going to be Hanoi, that's either going to be Da Nang, or that's going to be Ho Chi Minh City. Okay, for most of us. Then three, within those cities, you need to pick your neighborhood or your phuong. Okay. And so that's going to be like in Ho Chi Minh City, District 1, District 2, District 3. In Hanoi, that's going to be either Old Quarter, that's going to be Teho, that's going to be Cao Zai, that's going to be Ha Dong. Okay. Either one of those things. Central, that's going to be either Da Nang, Hoi An, that's going to be either An Tuong, right? You guys know the areas, okay? So that's why it's important, because within those districts, there's different rules, right? Per district, okay? They've kind of they've restructured the districts as of last year, so they're not like District 2. They restructured them. There's different. They're bigger now. Okay, so they report to one district zone leader, right? And so, anyways, just that's why it's important that you pick the area that you want to live in. All right, it really comes down to it, because in 2026, Vietnam is there's so many different things that you have to think about, man. Because like, let me give you an example. District 3, where I live, it's very quiet. Okay, but in my phuong, in my neighborhood, super quiet. The police are cool. They're really low maintenance. Okay, there are other districts, for example, in Tao Dien. If you live in a high rise, they're checking high rises for foreigners. Okay, so be careful. Right, they want to make sure your registration's good. I'm not here to scare you. They just want to make sure your registration's good, because there's a lot of foreigners who are overstaying their visas, who are causing mischief, and they're drug testing as well. Okay, so be careful. All right, it depends on where you live, where you're going to be in safe zones. Okay, this is why I'm not being hyperbolic. In 2026, it's important that you know where you're going to live. Okay, I would highly stay away from high rises right now. Okay, get yourself rent a house, rent an apartment in a low rise, not a high rise. Okay, because there's a lot of foreigners who are causing mischief here, and not a lot, a few, and it's really ruining it for a lot of us. Okay, I'll probably come out with something on my community post about this. Okay, what's going on here currently? Okay, they're drug testing foreigners. Okay, it doesn't matter if you're a traveler or if you are an expat. they're drug testing you depending on where you live. Just putting it out there. Okay. All right. So for people need steps. You guys need order. You need structure. Okay. That's why it's important when you're building your 2026 plan, your move plan here, you need to have structure. Okay. All right. And so this is where this content becomes a real relocation package and system. All right. You have the deep dives into the cities that we talked about, over 2 hours, okay, of each. All right. Plus the practical steps that are in those videos and here. When you move and you mix those together, get my free guides that are free for you, just free. Okay. Go on the website right here, scan that QR code, go on the website, get the free guides. Okay, there's a free relocation guide, free, all right, for you to go download, and you can, it's like 30, 40 pages worth that I wrote, okay, that it breaks it all down. So it's important that if you take these resources, you're going to be great, okay? All right, let's keep it moving. So most people move here in Vietnam on emotion. All right, they're running from something. Okay, and if you are that person and you're running from something to move to Vietnam, I got to tell you, it's not gonna do good for you. You can't run from something if you haven't settled the things that you need to be settled back home. Okay. I'm telling you, it's gonna catch up with you over here. All right. So don't chase. All right. Do not be this person chasing the cheap rent. Please don't be that person when you're coming here just because it costs $300 for a 2-bedroom apartment. That's gonna you need to understand the culture. Okay. Please don't come here with that. All right. 2, you're all about choosing Vietnam. Remember, this is about moving to Vietnam. All right. And so let me go like this. Okay. And so most people come here on vacation and then they're like, you know what, I'm never going to go. And so it's important that you really come here with a plan. 3, you move for dating without building a life. All right. You're going to get situationships, and I'm not trying to be negative at all, but I'm real. Okay. I'm being honest with you guys. If you're a traveler and you're looking to have a long-term relationship and you plan on being here like once every year, twice every year, you're not going to build a solid relationship with a woman or man, whatever you like, but with a woman generally, like solid. All right. There's exceptions to the rule, but I'm telling you guys, you have to be here. You have to be an expat in order to pull a Vietnamese woman, and a regular good woman, a good Vietnamese woman, not just a bar girl, not just any of those girls. Okay. Those are easy. If you want a real Vietnamese woman, you need to be here, and you can't be a traveler. You have to be an expat. Okay. Or if you're a traveler, you're here just like all the rest of the guys. You live here, but you're on a tourist visa. Okay. I call those guys travelers. They're not expats. Okay. And so if you're moving here to date, you're going to be disappointed. Okay. Unless you have something set up already, a dating app or something that a girl you've been talking to, then you have, even then it depends on your conversation, but I would just be here. If you're trying to get a good one, I would just be here and meet women on the street, to be honest. Okay. And cafes, to be honest. All right. 4, you guys make trust random advice too fast. All right. So this one's huge, man. Okay. Number 4, you guys, the viewers, trust random advice too fast. Check this out. There's so much information now about Vietnam. There's so much information about people's experience, man. Literally 1 year ago, there wasn't this much information. All right. There's so many people trying to sell you stuff when they have no idea what's going on in Vietnam. Okay? Don't listen to everybody. Okay? You please. It's entertainment, cool. But for real information, stop listening to all these random YouTubers who come here, have no idea what's going on when it's boots on the ground. Okay? I'm just giving you a heads up. I've been hearing this from my subs and people from behind the scenes. They're getting kind of detoured from Vietnam because of other YouTubers who are other YouTubers' content. Okay, and that's unfortunate. But I'm telling you, don't believe all the hype about Vietnam. It's great. It's peaceful, and whatever you're trying to do, you can do it here. You just need to have structure and understand the culture. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Number five, they underestimate the first month. Okay. This is facts. If you've been with me for a while, you understand that I always say your first 30 days, if you're going to live here and you're going to move here, or you're on a short-term trip, and then that's turning into like I'm moving here, I would absolutely uh, spend your first 30 days not getting after it. Spend your first 30 days deprogramming yourself. Okay, deprogram from all the West bullshit. Live in the moment. I know it sounds some hippie shit, but it's some real shit. Make sure that you eat right your first 30 days, right? Eat right, cleanse your body, drink water, drink fresh juices here, get used to the bacteria here in Vietnam. Okay? Your first 30 days should be taking care of yourself, your mind, your body. Okay? Because you have to get used to the bacteria here. I mean, it doesn't take 30 days, but every single day you should be cleansing yourself. Okay? And get used to and get engulfed into the system. Just get outside, smell the polluted air, I mean, the clean air, and then just go for it. Okay. But your first 30 days should not be looking for apartments, should not be getting after it. Like, you should be looking for apartment maybe week 3 of your first 30 days. Okay. I know that's different from what other people say, but for me, your first 30 days should be cleansing your mind, your body, and just getting after it. Okay. So that's why I think a lot of you guys underestimate, because what I see is that you get here, you're excited, and then you just want to do everything all at once, and then you get burned out, right? You don't know how to take care of yourself in the sun, in the humidity. All right. This is why I'm saying you got to make sure your mind is right first, okay? Because it's new. Everything is new to you. Okay. What I mean by that is get outside, go touch grass, go meet people, go just take it easy. All right. Just look at your environment, see what's in front of you first. Okay. 1 step, 2 steps turns into 10 steps, turns into 20. Okay. Don't underestimate your first month. Okay. But don't try to do everything all at once. Okay. All right. Number 6, they arrive without enough money, period, or an exit plan. What's your exit plan? Okay. What if, let's just say hypothetically, what if it doesn't work out? What if you don't like this place? Right? You visit, because remember, when you visit, it's completely different from when you actually are making the move here. Okay. So many people that I've come across over the last 9 months, right? Because I used to work as a teacher. Okay. So I worked with hundreds of people, and a lot of these people some of these people force Vietnam onto themselves, if that makes sense. Do you understand what I mean? They force Vietnam onto themselves. Don't do that, because you're going to eventually start to resent everything that's going on with Vietnam, right? Vietnam is a growing, developing country. So you have to grow with it, or grow with it for a little bit and then move on. Okay. Vietnam is not for everyone long term. Okay. Yes, 1, 2, or 3 years. Okay, that's easy. But as you start to understand the past the 3 years, it's you'll realize why people stay for like 7, and then there's a thing called like the 7-year itch, and then everyone leaves after around like the 7 years. Okay, I'll do a video about it one day. Okay, but it's a real thing here. Okay, a lot of people don't make it to 7 years here. Okay, so it's really interesting. I'm just around the 7-year mark. Okay, so again, this is why I'm telling you, make sure that you have a plan. You gotta have a plan when you in 2026. I'm not talking about the past. Okay, 2025 you still needed a plan, but it was easier. 2024 it was much easier. Okay, post COVID time, you need a plan. Okay. Before then, it was easier. Okay. All right. So let me see. I see some comments. I'm going to come to the comments now. I really appreciate you guys rocking with me. Let me know where you guys are viewing from. Let me see who I have here. Let me get this out the way here. Remove. All right. Let's go. EIO says, my man EO says, hello. What's up, EO? Salute to you, my brother. How are you, man? I appreciate the comment, man. Thank you so much for hanging in there, brother. Appreciate you, bro. EO says, wow. Yeah, wow. I love it, bro. I love it. I see you're moving. You got a lot of comments here. Okay. EO says, mini vlogger brag about cheap rent. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's the truth, but it's the truth. Vietnam is very affordable, okay? But you got to make sure you come with a plan, because you and enough runway and enough money to live here, right? And then why I say have a plan is because you get here, and then what you gonna do? What you gonna do then, huh? So it's a lot of people come here, they sit here, they go party, they hang out, they do all the stuff, and then after a month, they're like, 2 months, they're like, I'm bored. And then then they start looking at Vietnam like it's Vietnam's problem, when it's not Vietnam's problem, it's our problem, right? And so that's what I mean. They don't have a plan. No matter how much I preach, have a plan, have a plan, have a plan. Consultation. I have free resources. No matter how much I say that, people still don't believe it. They just don't believe it. I don't know why, but yeah, it's cheap right here, EO. There's a lot of cheap right here, but it's not that easy, okay? Because a lot of these agents, real estate agents, they will try to scam you. So again, this is I don't want people to go through the hardships. All right. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Detox. Yeah, definitely. No YouTuber in Vietnam for sure is talking about that. Okay. That's exclusive to the story KT. Okay. KT got you. All right. I'm telling you, this is what I talk about. All right. I'm real about it. You got to detox. All right, EO says hello from Tacoma, Washington. All right, my fellow West Coaster. What's up, brother? I love it. Thank you for joining me again, man. I appreciate it. EO is on a roll. He says, I've been to Singapore, Malaysia, Taiwan, South Korea, China. Always had to detox and get a lay of the land. Absolutely, man. I mean, this is if especially what's going on in the West right now. It's important that you guys have a backup plan. And if Vietnam is your backup plan, or even on your radar, tap in with the content with my channel, hit that subscribe button, because I have been here almost 7 years, man. And so again, I just got married here, and so yeah, I'm building a business behind the scenes. I have a relocation business. This is what this is. Go here, check out the free information that's there, and it's real, man. It's not bullshit. Okay, a lot of you guys need some help, really, and you guys just aren't willing to ask for help. Okay, ask and you shall receive. Okay, truly. All right, so that's cool, man. So being in Singapore, Malaysia, I've been to Malaysia, and I've never been to any of the other ones on the list besides that. So yeah, I definitely would love to go to China. But yeah, I hear you, man. See, you understand what I'm saying. I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. When are you coming out to Vietnam? Appreciate it, man. EO says, congrats on the marriage. Thank you, brother. Shout out to you, bro. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, we very happy, brother. We're very happy. And if you guys, on that note, if you guys didn't know, my wife and I, we set up our own channel. All right, a family channel together. If you guys are interested, go check it out. It's KT, the life of KT and Ngun. Just go at KT and Ngun, NGAN, and you'll find us. All right. I appreciate you guys subscribing to that channel. I'll put it in the comments here. Thank you though, by the way. Appreciate it, you. Blissful Horizon, let's go. Shout out to you. All right, hey bro, I made it in now. Perfect. And you better stay out those streets now. What's up, girl? How you doing? All right. Thanks for joining. Appreciate it. All right, so let's get back into it, man. Let's get back into it. Thank you guys for sending those comments in. All right, and so now I got step for you guys. All right, so bear with me. Let me get in here and let's go step by step. All right, so you guys, again, let's get clear on why you're moving to Vietnam. All right, so there's obviously many reasons why you want to move here. Number one would be retirement. I know. But KT, they don't have a retirement. They don't have a long-term visa. I know, okay? There's thousands of men and women that are living here in Vietnam that are retired, all right? But they're just doing the travel thing back and forth, okay? Some are on different visas, such as myself, who are married to a local. You get multiple years of visa. Some most are just doing the whole border runs back and forth. Okay, seriously. Okay, they've been doing it for years. Okay, it gets tiring. Trust and believe. Okay, so but again, that doesn't mean that you can't come here and retire. Okay, you could live here, do a couple of runs, and then go travel for a while, come back. You know what I mean? That resets your visa. That resets your time. Okay, it's important now because they're being more strict on coming back and forth now. Okay. All right. Number two, remote workers. Okay. If you're a remote worker, Vietnam's going to be great for you because you're used to the hopping back and forth. Okay. Three, dating or marriage. Okay. If you're going to come to Vietnam, understand you have a plan. Okay. Now I know you don't know the woman or whatever, but make sure you have a plan. If you want to move here for marriage, then you got to be intentional about where you're going to move. Okay. And I'll tell you, go to the north. Okay. And so you'll have a better opportunity to be successful in your marriage endeavors. Okay. And if you want to talk to me about it, set up a consultation. I got you. Okay. Number four, teaching. If you want to teach here, all right, come with a plan. Don't for me, since I've been teaching here for almost 7 years now, I would absolutely say don't go and apply when you're in the West. Apply when you get here. Okay, it's going to be important. Now, if it's an international school and you have credentials like that, and you're an actual teacher, you're an actual accredited teacher in the West, and you come here, well, then apply before you come here. But it's much easier if you are if you're here in Vietnam first as a traveler, and then you contact them. Okay, it's not like the West where you're a go-getter. Okay, if you're a go-getter in the West, and you understand what I mean by that, but let me explain a little bit. So if you're back, and the reason why I say don't apply is because one, they have so many people here that are applying to that same position. They're not going to really look at your resume. Okay, one, or application. It's automated. Okay, most of it's done by AI. Okay, that's the bad thing that's happened the last 2 years. Only the last 2 years has that happened. Okay, but on the side note is they're not like us on the West. Being a go-getter is good in the West, right? We congratulate that. Hey man, you got ahead of the game. Here, being a go-getter is sometimes it's kind of aggressive. Okay, so you gotta kind of be, walking that tight line. Okay, so be aggressive a little bit, be assertive, I should say, be assertive, don't be aggressive, and also get here first to apply. All right, that's for teachers. Okay, 5, business and opportunity. What I would do is, obviously, if you want to be an investor and you want to invest in something, I would first do some research online and then find out which investor visa, is good for you, because they've changed it now. They've changed it, right? Now, from my understanding, the DT1 and 2 visas, those are the lower investment visas that you bring in 1 billion VND. So 1 billion VND, I believe, is like $15,000 or something like that. I think. Don't hold me to it. I think it's like 15,000. So the DT1, DT2, you can no longer get, and that's with 1 billion VND investment to whatever, a company, whatever. You can no longer get a visa for that. Okay, you can no longer get a TRC, but a DT3 visa. Okay, and there's levels under that DT3 visa. However, let's call it 40,000 USD and up investment. You can get a 2-year, I believe. I think it's a 2-year visa, TRC long term. Okay. Obviously, I know. Okay. You're like, what? I got to put in 40 grand. All right. No, you got to put in more than that. Okay. So again, that there's levels to this DT3 visa. Okay. So from my understanding, okay, so there's minimum 40 grand to get into the DT3 visa. And then there's levels to this. So for you to get a visa, 2-year visa, from my understanding, you have to put in 120 grand USD, 120,000 USD, from my understanding, to get a 2-year visa, to be eligible to get a 2-year visa. Okay. I know I said a lot there, but that's my understanding. All right. So 6, a lifestyle reset. Okay, I get it. All right. When I was traveling the world and I got here to Vietnam, and I was literally before COVID, and it was awesome. Vietnam was amazing, but I was just passing through, and so I wasn't really trying to have a lifestyle reset. But leaving the States, I kind of, in the back of my mind, was like, I want a lifestyle reset. Okay, and so I needed to sit down somewhere because I was traveling the world all over the place, and I was kind of moving at a fast pace. And so I wanted to sit down somewhere. Luckily or unluckily for me, COVID happened. I happened to be in Vietnam. I had to pivot my lifestyle, reset. All right. So I didn't want to, but it did. Okay. All right. So because of that, it's been amazing. Okay. Literally, COVID changed my life. It changed my life for the better. Okay. It sat me down and it made me focus on what I wanted for my future, like what I truly wanted right now. What do I want? And I pivoted to teaching. And then in that journey of the last 6.5 years of teaching, primary kids, secondary kids, adults, communicative business English, having all this experience made me realize that and then meeting my wife made me realize that Vietnam is very viable, but it's still raw. Okay. And so The lifestyle, yeah, I got married here. So I was a single man traveling the world. So I can tell you, it changed my life. Lifestyle reset. If you're looking for something like that, you're interested in that, and you don't have to like run away from your old life, but it just add a new chapter, man, and see where it takes you. I know a lot of my viewers are looking for something like that, right? You really are looking for a better opportunity than in the West. Okay, you just need a little bit of help maneuvering Vietnam. All right, and if you need that, just hit me up, man. All right, I have consultation is in the link of the description. Hit me up on a consultation, and I'll be your man. I'll be your liaison. Okay. Number 7, travel test or long-term move. All right. I always recommend before you move to Vietnam, do 3 months here first. Okay. Live here 3 months. Okay. Do the 90 days. Do it one day. Do it day 1 to 90. Okay. And what I talk about in my to some of my clients on consultation is kind of like this. I would, if you're interested, because most of you guys only have like 2 or 3 different cities you want to check out that you're interested here. So I would say I would live in one, because 30 days is a long time. Okay, if you're having fun, it's not that long. But I would I would live short term in multiple different areas. Okay, and the reason why is because you never know what you're gonna like. I would live, for example, I would live in Da Nang for 30 days. I would live in Hanoi for 2 weeks to a 30 day. If you want to do it, 30 days, and then I would move down to Ho Chi Minh City, 30 days, and then go home, and then make your decision from there. All right, that's what I would do. Okay, if you're looking at like you want to live in Vung Tau and you already know like different areas of where you want to stay, then you can live in those areas longer, right? But the premise is do a short-term visit first, which means stay 90 days, stay 90 days, and then go home, make a decision, give yourself some time, save your bread, save your money, and then when you're back home, get your affairs in order, right? If you own a home, don't sell the home unless you need to. Don't sell your home. Rent your home out. Get some rental income. Okay, then you can live off that when you're over here. All right, have the best of both worlds. Okay, that's one of my regrets is I didn't own a home, but I let go of most of my stuff, all of my stuff, basically. All right, I wouldn't do that. Don't do that. Okay. All right. So short term, do the 90 days here. Figure out which areas are best for you, and then that way you can start building your community. Okay. All right, I see a bunch of comments, and I'm about to get over there. All right, so step 2. So that was step 1. All right, step 1 again, get clear. Get clear. Step 2 is how much money you need to save. Now this is going to be big, right? You hear all these different YouTubers say 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, 40,000, 100,000 to move. Okay, understand that it's not in the beginning, it's not going to be cheap for you. Okay, prepare to spend $5,000 to move straight up. Okay, and give yourself, if you're going to find information, you're going to buy guides or courses or any of that stuff in the runway to you leaving. All right, do your education first, okay, before your short trip. Okay, because then you've done all your research, okay, and then you're taking your short trip, and then now you have real world experience about, because then you can look at your notes and say, all right, I need to do this. Well, that wasn't a good idea. That's why it's important to do your research first. Do all the consultations, all that stuff first. Get here, live it, go home, and then make a plan. All right, truly. Okay, so there's 2 plans you need to make: short-term plan, 90-day short-term plan, and then you need to have a long-term plan. All right, those are two different trips. Those are two different purposes. Okay, this is how I think. All right, this is why you need to have a consultation with me. Okay. All right, so this is what you need to do. Okay, take into account how much you need your liabilities. How much of your liability is going to be? Okay, and so off the top, off the top of this conversation, I'm going to say 10,000 USD or more. Okay, that's going to be my premise. Okay, understand that you're going to have flights and arrival costs. All right, I'm just going to go break this down real easy, real quick for you. Okay, depending on, so flight, that's self-explanatory. Arrival cost, if you are going into Da Nang, because Da Nang or Ho Chi Minh City, for the most part, Da Nang, you're going to be okay with getting into the line, the actual arrival line. You might need a VIP access to get past the line. Okay, that the fast pass type thing. Okay, in Ho Chi Minh City, you definitely need it. Okay, so just putting you on game. There's a VIP fast pass. If you need it, contact me. If you fly into Ho Chi Minh City or Da Nang Airport. Okay, Hanoi, you don't need it. All right. So those are like the arrival costs that you need. Okay. Arrival costs, I would say, make sure you have enough for a SIM card. If you're going to have a e-card, eSIM on your short trip, that's okay. On your long term, get a SIM card. Okay. A local SIM card. You can get that at the airport. Don't be afraid of it. Just go get it. Okay. It's going to be okay. But make sure you buy from a reputable booth at the airport. Okay, don't get tricked. Okay, 2, your first 30 days to your 60-day temporary stay. Now understand that all the costs are gonna be in VND. So your first 30 days, you're gonna need to, if you have an Airbnb, be careful. Airbnbs have been banned in Vietnam. So I'm not sure if they're in a gray area right now here in Vietnam, but I know that they were banned. Okay, and I think they might be banned per building. So make sure you check the Airbnb. Okay, the actual Airbnb, if it's allowed and it has permits and licensing. Okay, but if you go through like Booking.com or something like that, get a hotel, cool. 30-day stay. Obviously I would stay in multiple different stays. Look for short-term stays. It's becoming very difficult to find short-term stays with real estate agents. For some reason, I believe that there was a law that just passed. I literally just in the last like week. What is this? The 8th? Yeah. So I think it came in August 1st, and it had something to do with short-term stays. I still need to research it. So I just know that they've been very hesitant when I've been talking to them behind the scenes about short-term stays, because I think they're waiting for clarification. Again, there's a lot of stuff moving, a lot of moving parts. All right. Stay updated. Hit the subscribe button. All right. I'll get you. All right. I'll make sure you guys get the right information. All right. So your first 30 days, 60 days, you're going to make sure you have your hotel, your accommodations. Okay. If you're going to rent a motorbike, if you're going to do your grabs, those type of costs. All right. That you're going to need. You don't need a whole bunch. Okay. Just make sure that your accommodation is straight for the next 30 days, at least 30 days. Okay. 3, your visa costs. You don't need to worry about that, right then. But this is for you moving. Okay. So for your visa costs, I'm gonna say it's just gonna be the 90 days, the tourist visa, and then if you are going to get married or do any of that, investor, all that stuff, then you're going to need to get an attorney or a visa agent. Okay, it depends on Investor agent, investors, you need an attorney, and everything else, you need every other visa, you need a visa agent. If you need any of them, just contact me, okay? I'll get you set right. Four, make sure you have your deposits. It depends on which area you live. It depends on which city you live in. But some apartments are going to ask for 2 and 2, which means two months rent, 2-month deposit. Okay, some will ask for 1 and 1. Most will ask for 1 and 1. 1 month deposit, 1 month rent. Okay, it just depends on the building, landlord, city. Phuong is neighborhood. Okay, district. Okay, and then make sure you have the setup costs. So it's not cheap to move here, and that's why I'm saying the first month you're gonna spend probably about $5,000. Okay, so that's off the rip. Okay, that's off top. So make sure you have more. If you have 10,000 saved, and then you're only gonna have around $5,000 left. Okay, and if you have income coming in, that's cool. But if you're like living on this, I would stay home, get your money up, and then come here with double. You know what I'm saying? Work hard, okay? Or work smart, I should say. But getting an apartment, it's going to cost you a couple grand, okay, depending on where you live. Number 5, healthcare and emergency buffer. This is, a lot of us don't have this, but those of you who are making a plan, you need to have. And the reason why I say is because, healthcare obviously depends on your health. Vietnam does have some really, 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 really good hospitals here for us, so that's not a problem in all the major cities. Smaller cities, not so much, but make sure you have an emergency buffer. Number 6, I would say the emergency buffer could be about, just make sure you have $1,000. Okay, just put away. I would say even if you can make it enough for a plane ticket home plus 500, then that's what I would do. Okay. Number 6, mistake fund and city scouting money. Yeah. So make sure that you're going to make mistakes here. Okay. So if you think that until you get your feet wet, you know the pricing, you know how everything is going to be, what everything costs, kind of, it takes a while, trust me. But once you understand, like you buy bottled waters, you buy Coke, you buy fruit, you buy, those prices, and then you start to understand, oh yeah, okay, I get it. And now you understand the difference between the 20,000 and the 500,000. You know what I'm saying? They look similar, but they're completely different. All right. Don't get caught up on that. All right. So you're gonna make mistakes. Make sure you have a little bit of fund every month for that. Okay. I would say a couple hundred is gonna be just fine. All right. And then you're gonna be looking around the city. So make sure you have grab money. All right. If you have mistake fund, I'm sure you have money for scouting. Okay. Break this stuff down like this so that you can see the whole picture. All right. I know in the beginning it's going to be like, I got to do all this, KT. And I'm like, yes, because you're going to love and thank yourself. Your future self is going to thank your older self for planning it out and actually getting down to the nitty gritty and moving forward and actually implementing your plan, because you're going to come here, you're going to be better than 95% of us. I didn't have a plan when I got here. If I had a plan, I would be probably right where I'm at, to be honest. I ain't gonna lie. All right. But again, you guys have the opportunity because you're home. You have the opportunity to make the USD, the euro, the whatever. All right. You have the money. You have the ability to make the Western money. Okay. Don't come over here expecting to make Western money. Okay. If you want to work here, okay, for the most part, it ain't gonna happen like you can make right now back home. Okay, that's what I'm saying. You have an opportunity. Build your money. Build your money now. Seriously. All right. That way you have a better runway. Okay. And the last one, an exit plan if Vietnam is not the right fit. Nobody has an exit plan. Let me tell you how the exit plan generally goes. Okay. Exit plan for a guy generally comes, you've been here 90 days, you're like, all right, it's time to go. But I'm going to come back, all right, because I signed a 6-month lease. All right. I signed a 6-month lease. I met a girl, and I got into a kind of a routine, a kind of a situation routine, you know what I'm saying? And so a lot of guys get caught up in that. Don't be that person. All right, come here for yourself. If you happen to meet someone, awesome, bro, awesome. This channel is all about marriage and marrying local women who are great women here, man. They're looking for you guys, truly. All right, I know this. They're looking for a good man like you, truly. All right, you just got to be here, bro. That's all. That's you got to be here. All right. I see some comments, but let's keep it rolling. Let me ask you guys a question. All right. So, can you land here in Vietnam? Can you land here, settle, make mistakes, and still be okay? All right. Answer the question and let me know what your question is in the comment section. But again, Vietnam can be cheap, but you must have a plan. All right. Can you land here, settle here, and then start making mistakes and still be okay? It happens, man. It happens. All right. So let me get to the comment section, and then we're gonna get into step 3 of choosing the right city. All right. And so I'm gonna go over this a little bit kind of faster because I've done so many of these deep dives. But because if some of you guys are new here and you haven't caught those, I'm gonna break it down for you guys. All right. We still do deep dives here. Okay. Every week, every weekend. All right, so let me get to the comment section real quick. I don't know if you guys are. Let me see here. Okay. EO says, salute, bro. Thank you, man. Appreciate that, man. Welcome to the team, brother. Welcome to the team. I love it. I love it. Let me see. I'm missing something here. Let's go to EO says, I'm an Army vet, always learn to adapt, would love to visit Vietnam one of these days. Yeah, I mean, absolutely, man. Come to Vietnam. Vietnam, it's just, to me, it relaxes you here. You know, I know it's crazy as hell in Ho Chi Minh City. Vietnam's a crazy, crazy country, okay? There's a lot going on, okay? But what I'll say is, you can find pockets of quiet, your peace. Nobody's going to bother you here, man. That's the one thing I love. Okay, no matter how long you've been here, they're not going to bother you. Vietnam's going through, they're restructuring their life, their whole livelihood, everything in this country is being reconstructed. Okay, and so they're catching up, and it's there's a lot of things that even going through the marriage process was like, why I gotta do that? Why I gotta do that? Why you need that? Why you need that? But then I was like, all right, man, whatever, it's cool, because it's Vietnam, bro. It's what they need. Thank you for subbing, man. I really appreciate it. But come through, come through. Matsuvan, what's up, bro? Shout out. It's been a while, man. Miss you, man. Matsuvan said, I did lifestyle reset as my reason. Okay. Remember after a friend reminded me all the stuff I used to say I wanted to do. Yeah. Let me read that again. I did lifestyle reset as my main reason. Remember after a friend reminded me all the stuff I used to say I wanted to do. Yeah. I mean, the thing is for me, I'm not trying to be like philosophical and all this stuff, but to me, it's like the West right now is damaged, and it's been damaged. I'm 42, and it's been damaged for damn near my whole life. It's my whole life, my whole life. And so what I've seen from like the 80s to now, vast improvements, but it's a scary. It's like not scary. It's kind of, that scary is not the word for it. It's just, it's not the world that I grew up in. All right, that people had. We used to be more like this together. You know what I mean? And we used to trust each other a lot more. I used to do a lot of like deals like that. Just, hey man, you're as good as your word, and that's what my mom used to tell me is you're only as good as your word. And I know there's been a lot of mistrust over all of our lives over the last like 20, 30 years. You know what I mean? And so we're just, that's why for me, I get it, man. I used to remember, and I remembered. And when I remembered, I got the fuck out of the US. Right. And so it hasn't been so easy, right? Moving abroad and then settling in Vietnam. But it's it and the reason why I say it hasn't been so easy is because I made mistakes. All right, I could have been a lot easier, but I'm here now, right? And I understand a lot. I understand now. So if I can do it, you can do it, right? You guys have way more information than ever before on Vietnam, right? You guys actually have creators in Vietnam that you guys can follow and that will give you the skinny. Hopefully, they'll give you the right information and what's really going on here. You know what I mean? So, and so if I happen to be one of those creators, salute to you. Thank you. Okay. Thank you for your trust. Okay. But just remember, if you guys are ready to move, uh, give yourself a runway. It's important. Okay. Let's see. Mativan. Mativan says, shout out to you being a member, my brother. Thank you. Shout out to you. Much love. If you guys want to be like Mativan and you want to support the channel, there's link into the description that you can join and be a member. Many perks that you get. Okay. And so Mativan, thank you. You're amazing. All right. And you just subbed. I thought you were a sub already. Shout out to you, brother. Never too late. Never too late. Thank you. Thank you for the sub. Okay. Blissful Horizon says he gives a solid plan. Oh, so Blissful Horizon did. She knows me now, but she did multiple consultations with me, and she says he gives a solid plan with a consultation. I have done it. No BS, but know what you want to do and what you want. He'll be straight with you. Yep, it's true. I've helped a lot of people so far. So they'll all say I don't bullshit. All right. So thank you for the stamp of approval. I appreciate you. Shout out to you. Appreciate you. We need to catch up though. All right. Matuban, love it. Okay. I don't know. Are you finished? Don't worry about that. I'll do it. Matuvan says, don't laugh. I moved to Asia for the reset, but also to get out of a bad relationship. And because I wanted to get away from girls. Guess are what? There are women in Asia. Oh, guess what? There are women in Asia. Yeah, surprise. Again, if you're, I totally get that, man. If once you get out, you come to Asia and you're like, I get it, man. I get it. Heal first. All right. Hopefully you're healed now, and then that way, now you can get into something. But just make sure that you're make sure that you you pick the right girl though. Okay. Go to the north. I'm telling you. Blissful Horizon. Thank you for that, Matsuban. Blissful Horizon says, bro, your bot is dumb. Tell him about your sis. Yeah, I'll configure it later. All right. Let's go like this. I see you guys are talking to each other. Matsuban says, the Nightbot's lack sense of humor. Remember, y'all just dumb AI. I love it. You guys are funny. All right. I'm gonna keep it going like that. If you run, You can't run. Blissful Horizon says, if you run, you can't run from your problem. They will always follow you. Change your mindset. Absolutely. Mindset here is you really do need to have a change of mindset here because you're going to be unhappy. Understand what you're getting yourself into here. Okay. It ain't always pretty. Okay. It ain't always pretty. Blissful Horizon says everyone has different life priorities. You have to live in your means, and life will be what you put into it. Everyone on their own different paths. Yep, everyone's on their own path. Yeah, especially with this YouTube thing too. Multiple creators can just jump off, and then it takes the rest of us slowly, slow, right? That's life. That's how life is, man. And so if you can show up, if you can always, this is life, right? This is what I've learned in my 42 years is that even if you aren't getting the patted on the back all the time, but you show up, people will show up. Okay, they'll show up for you. All right, and so again, everyone's on their own path. Okay, that's why most of you guys, every consultation has been completely different. Okay, over 50 have been completely different. No two have been the same. Okay. So this is why I'm saying like you need to come with a plan. Okay. No cap, no bullshit. You need to come with a plan. All right. Blissful Horizon, thank you. Shout out. All right. Unfriendly Stoic, what's up, bro? Unfriendly Stoic says, I love your couples channel, bro. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Yeah, man. We just trying to do the couple thing now. If you guys don't know, like I said earlier in the live, my wife and I, we set up a couples channel, a family channel. And so if you guys want to go check that out, at KTN NGAN, I'll just put it up here. And so go check us out at KTN. And yeah, we're going to show you guys from the very beginning now to when we have children, man. So go follow our journey over there. And obviously, I'll show you guys some snippets here as well. But yeah, man, it was time. It was time, brother. Appreciate you, man. Toe Trekker, what's up, bro? Man, what's up, brother? Shout out, Lee. My man says, yep. What's up, brother? I hope you're doing well. Okay. Make sure you get back with me now. All right. You've been a little quiet now. Hope you're doing all right, brother. Blissful Horizon says, yes, I can, since I have an income for life. And let me see. Yeah. See, hey, forgive me. My just in the last side note, just in the last probably month, when you're past 40 and your eyes start to you can't really read. That's been happening to me this last month. So that's why sometimes I have to read it so forgive me. I got to get these updated. Okay. I'm past 40 now. Damn it. My eyes are going. Blissful Horizon says, yes, I can, since I have an income for life and I know how to live within my means because I learned my lesson living in the States. Living to adapt is key. Facts. You Americans or you people viewing from the West, you guys already know, you guys don't need a whole bunch of shit when you come here, when you move here. You should be getting rid of a bunch of that crap, that consumerism. Let that go. Okay. Buy what you need when you get here. You'll be just fine. Okay. Sell all that stuff weighing you down. All that stuff. I'm talking to everybody. Sell all that stuff weighing you down. Keep only what you need, and make sure that if you have to put stuff in storage, then pay the storage off for a year or two if you can do that, and just don't forget it. Okay. All right, Bruce Horizon, I appreciate you. You know that. Matsuvan said, yeah, I figured it out. Married 25 years. Southeast Asia is our retirement. Yeah. Okay. How is living in Japan? Married 25 years. Congrats, man. Do you have any marriage advice for a young married man? I would appreciate it. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Appreciate the sub and you being a member, man. Blissful Horizon says, "Wow, I'm trying to get past 6 years. LOL. Congratulations, Mats." Yeah. Congrats. Yeah, definitely. I'm trying to get past 6. I feel you. I feel you. Anybody, if anyone can beat 25 years, Matsuban, if anyone can beat that's listening right now, watching, can beat 25 years of marriage, put it in the comment section. Right now, Matsuban, you are the champion so far. 25 years married. Wow. Congrats, man. All right, so let's jump back into it again. Um, let's get into choose the city that fits you. Okay. Again, let me get rid of this. All right. So these are better questions that I would ask myself. Okay. I would ask, what daily routine do I want? All right. It's very important. Okay. Because uh, for instance, if I want to hang out with a bunch of foreigners and I want to have that kind of a community around, and I want to do those kind of activities, such as pickleball, all that stuff, then I'm not going to live in District 3. I'm going to go live in District 2, okay, near Tao Dien, okay, because that's easier access. That's where the community's at, majority, and you'll be around that kind of community, okay. So again, what your daily routine is going to dictate your daily lifestyle, and routine is going to dictate what area or district or fuang you're going to have and live in. Okay. All right. So I would ask, do I need energy or peace? Now this is really key. Okay, because Vietnam you can have peace. Vietnam you can be crazy. Okay, you can have that energy, that vibe. It depends on where you live. Okay, pick whatever you want. Okay. Um, 3, I would say, do I need hospitals, dating, business, or beach? Okay. If you don't need the beach, go to Ho Chi Minh City. Okay. If you need the beach, check out beach areas, but majority of the time, go check out either Hue or go check out Hoi An or Da Nang. Okay, just to get used to Vietnam. Okay. Again, we already talked about dating. About if you're dating here, if you're solo, am I solo, retired, married? Am I a remote worker or scouting? Okay, these are the questions I'd be asking myself right off the bat, and then you can answer them. All right. Here are some of the wrong questions. What city is the cheapest? What city looked best on YouTube? Where did I have one good vacation? Where does everyone else say to go? Don't ask those questions, okay? Those are amateur questions, okay? Make sure you ask the better questions, okay? All right. So let's move on. Let's keep rolling. All right. So here is a quick guide for which city would be all right. Ho Chi Minh City obviously has energy. It's where most of the business. It's the business hub. It's the hub of Vietnam. All right. It's the engine of Vietnam. Okay. And no offense to any Vietnamese, but Hanoi is the brain of and the heart of Vietnam. Okay. Just so we can kind of illustrate. If you want business, if you want to do anything, you're going to live in Ho Chi Minh City. Okay. This is the entertainment and business hub of it all here. Okay. Hanoi is going to be more culture. It's going to be more in depth. You're going to be it's going to be good for teaching, stability. Okay. Southern Vietnam, for the most part, depends on where you work, but it can be the education department's kind of going through a rough time right now. And so they can kind of dick you around down here. Okay. Up north, not so much. Okay. Not saying it doesn't happen. It happens. But in the north, they're more square business. Okay. More square business. All right. And then again, I'm a preponderant of the northern women. I think they're more serious up there, and they're way more beautiful up there. No shade on any of the other girls, the central girls or the southern girls, but the northern girls, they're just more serious, and they'll actually give you more of a chance. Okay, believe it or not. All right. Ho Chi Minh City, the dating life here for me was all over the place. Okay, but nothing really stuck. All right, just telling you guys on my point of view. All right, three, if you so Da Nang is all about, it gives you a good balance. You're not going to really find jobs in Da Nang because there's so many people who are in a wait list for these different jobs. Okay, and then if you live in Da Nang, you want to hang out on the beach, so it gives you that kind of work-life balance. It's better. Okay, in Da Nang. All right, but again, it's going to be easier for you if you have a soft to have a soft landing because you have a good mix between expat community there that's growing exponentially, and um, they're it's more Western, I guess, in Da Nang now. Uh, they're building so fast, it's ridiculous, right? And so it's going to give you a better good balance. Okay, so outside of the big three, okay, where most of us live, there's Dalat, which is a mountain area. Okay, all of these last ones, 4, 5, 6, and 7, I did a full breakdown on every single one of these cities. Okay, if you go into my lives, my past lives, you'll see them all right there. Okay, and so Dalat is a mountain area here in southern Vietnam. It's comparable to Sapa, but less touristy. Okay, so it's kind of where the rich people retire, rich Vietnamese retire, who have money and status. They retire in Dalat. Okay, so Dalat is the only area in southern Vietnam that has cool weather, straight up. Okay, that you'll actually be cold at night. You'll put a jacket on and be like, oh, I'm freezing. Okay, only place in southern Vietnam, only place. All right. Vietnam, Dalat has tons of cafes, beautiful mountain cafes. All right, and it's a very slower pace of life. Okay, 5, Nha Trang, kind of like Da Nang, but much smaller, and it's basically built on tourism. Okay, 6, Can Tho is much slower. All right, it's in the Mekong Delta. I will be there next week with my wife, and we're gonna go check this place out. And it's very affordable. Okay, you'll see it. I'll be doing some videos. 7 is Hue and Hoi An. Okay, so these places are beautiful. Obviously, Hue is the old emperor city. Okay, and so Hoi An is like the little sister of Da Nang. Okay, and so these are very slower pace of life. You got beach area, and then they're more cost effective. Okay, all right, but again, they might not be for everyone. Okay, so let's keep it rolling. Let's keep it rolling. Step 4, your first 72 hours in Vietnam. All right. All right. So I'm telling you, here on this channel, I'm all about stability when you move here. Okay. Find your stability. Find your girl. If you're, if you're a man, find your girl. If you're a girl, find your guy or girl, whatever. And then find your routine. Right? Not that order. But again, make sure you guys find stability first. Stability is very key. Okay, to you being very successful. Find local friends. Find expats. Okay. Number 1, stability before any big decisions. Okay. Rest before making big decisions. Yes. Okay. Your first 72 hours here, I'm telling you, rest, detox, deprogram yourself if you can, quick, right? Remember, you don't know what Vietnam looks like. If you have never been here before, it's not what you think. Okay, you're going to be blown away by this place. All right. Make sure you get an eSIM or make sure you get a SIM card. Okay. Don't worry. Get it from the airport or get an eSIM. If you just a little quick note, if you're going to get an eSIM, you're going to spend so much more money than if you just get a SIM card here at the airport. I'm telling you, it's like $50 to $75 for an eSIM. SIM card is like $5. And you have like that can get you like maybe let's say $10, and that'll get you unlimited data for your trip. Just saying, you'll save a lot of money if you don't use an eSIM. Okay, don't worry. Just go to the airport, find the booth, the authorized booths for Viettel, Viettel. They're the best here. Viettel, Viettel. Okay, and then go buy their best plan. All right, you'll see. All right, it's going to be way cheaper than the eSIM, and I believe an eSIM, it's yeah, it's so expensive. I tried to get one. Get a SIM card here when you get here. 3, make sure you use Grab. Okay, use the app. Do not get into a taxi your whole trip here. I don't care how convenient it is. Remember this, please. I don't care how convenient a taxi driver drives up to you and says, "Hey, you need a ride?" Don't take them. Okay? They will rip you off. Get on your Grab app, GRAB, number 3. Get on your Grab app, order from Grab. Okay? It has pricing there, and it has a picture of the car, the license plate, and a picture of the driver. Okay? Don't get scammed. Number 4, stay in temporary housing first. Absolutely. If you find a good Airbnb, again, Airbnb might not be able to operate here, to be honest. Now, just check that. Okay, do your research before you book your Airbnb. But again, I think Airbnb is banned in Vietnam. Okay, but it might just be per building. I'm not sure. They might have to have the right permits, and a lot of these Airbnb hosts don't have the permits. So be careful, okay? Because you can get in trouble as well. Okay, just be careful. But make sure you have temporary housing first. Always, always, always get a hotel for about 3 days to a week. All right. I would go 5 days. Get a hotel for the first 5 days so that you're stationary and you're stable. Okay. And then you get here, you maneuver, see different areas. You're like, hey, I want to stay over there. I want to stay here. You can pick from there. All right. Number 5, find food, your coffee, because you're going to drink coffee. If you don't drink coffee, you're going to find a tea or some place where you can drink. This is where I'm saying you're building your routine. Okay. Um, and then find your convenience stores. Okay. Find your people, find your tribe. Okay. Um, Again, this is where you need to find, and you're not looking at, and I'm trying to say 5 things at one time, so forgive me. Let me slow down. You need to just get used to Vietnam. Okay, your eyes need to adjust to what you're seeing. Okay, so just make sure that when you're your first 72 hours, enjoy, just enjoy, but detox yourself. Make sure that you start to reprogram yourself. Okay, and just what you're seeing, just enjoy. Okay, the first 72 hours, have fun, get rest. That's most important. Make sure you're resting. Okay, don't try to go do everything. Just give yourself 24 hours to chill. Okay, before you start to do the rest 48. Okay. Number 6, do not sign long lease anywhere within your first 72 hours. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. I'm going to say this, and I'm going to get into the first 30 days as well next, but don't sign a long-term anything. Okay. Remember, you only have 90 days here. Okay. I don't know why a lot of these foreigners who are traveling here fall in love with Vietnam. They fall in love with the pricing, and then they're like, I'm going to stay here for a year. And then they sign a year lease, but they only have 90 days here. You're not guaranteed to be allowed back into the country the second or third time. Okay. So use your mind, use your brain. Okay. What happens if you really do fall in love with this place, and then you set up a life here, all your belongings are here, you fly for your second border run, you come back, and then they deny you at the border. What are you going to do then? Okay. This is why I say it's important, because you're not going to get any of your money back, and then you're going to have a hassle to go get your stuff, get someone to get your stuff. Hopefully your landlord doesn't have a key to where they can steal your stuff. These are things you need to think about, okay? That's why I'm saying plan. Don't sign long-term anything when you're in your short-term stay. Please don't do that, okay? And the last one. Um, do not try to solve your whole life on day one. That's facts. You have time. You have some time. Don't try to do everything at once. Okay. And that goes for traveling. Don't try to do everything all at once. Okay. Because it'll destroy you. Trust and believe. Okay. All right. I see some comments. I'm going to come to you. Let's talk about the first 30 days. Okay. So we already know about the first 72 hours. All right. Detox, detox, detox. Okay. Yourself. All right. Because you gotta get the bacteria. You just gotta get used to it. Gotta get used to it. It's faster the better. Okay, forgive me. All right. So again, now you're in your first 30 days. I'm gonna start to observe where I want to make my commitments. Okay. Again, I said your first 30 days should be detoxing. Now, it doesn't mean you blind. Doesn't mean you can't say, oh, I kind of like this area. Okay. I'm saying don't make any long-term commitments yet. Okay. In the first 30 days. Don't do it. Just enjoy it. Just see if this place it resonates with you, and and let the wool be pulled over your eyes. Okay. Don't stay in D1 where it's all about tourism. Make sure you kind of get outside of that area of D1. Come to D2, live in D2, live in D3, go live in D4, go live outside of District 1, okay, where the entertainment and all that stuff is, and then see where that will help you, okay? Because most everyone falls in love with District 1, and then they make their decision. They make their decision to live in District 2. Have no idea what's in District 2, but you want to go live there now because you heard from YouTube people that that's the expat district. Well, how come you didn't go live over there when you were doing your short-term stay? Just saying, little things make a big difference, guys. Little decisions make a big difference. Okay, so again, test the neighborhood. Test your neighborhood. Again, when you hear short-term, if you're gonna if like for me, I would if I wanted to live in Tanbin, Tanbinh, Tanbin. If I wanted to live in Dunbin, and that's the airport district, okay? If I wanted to live over there, I would go stay over there in Dunbin. All right. I lived in Dunbin. I know now that it's a middle class to upper, slightly upper majority middle class community. Okay. And so there's like 12 different districts neighborhoods within Tanbin district. Okay. So there's like what you can, for example, there's like area 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but these areas are big. Okay. Within the district. And so Phuong Mot, Phuong 1, or like within the district, neighborhood 1 is different from neighborhood 12. Okay. And it's completely on the other different side of the Tanbin area district. And so this is why you have to know, or at least have a better idea of which neighborhood you want to live in, because they're all different. Like, I'm being serious. It's important where you have to know which district you're going to live. Okay. And so if I'm going to use my first 90 days, my short term trip, if I'm going to use that, I'm going to go stay a week or two, maybe 2 weeks in Tanbin area in Ho Chi Minh City, so I can just see what's going on in Ho Chi Minh and Tanbin. And then after that, if I've done my research, I'm gonna go live in my short term. I'm gonna go live in Antung in Da Nang and see what's up, or I'm gonna go live in the peninsula area for another 2 weeks. Let's just say, right? Get a hotel for 2 weeks, see what the area is about. Then I'm gonna go to Hanoi and I'm gonna go live in Ba Ding. Ba Ding is the center of Hanoi, right? It's like literally right outside of Hoan Kim Lake area in the old quarter. All right. So I'm gonna check out outside of the major hotspots because that's that's your real life. That's what your real life is gonna consist of when you live here. Okay. So long story short, check out the outside areas of the central, okay, of these cities. All right, you'll save a lot more money. Two, track real spending, not fantasy numbers. Yes, the first 30 days, you should get used to the money. What does the money look like? How much is the money in your country, right? If you're in the US, make sure that you understand one USD is 26,300 something, right? But it's 26,000. Okay. So you can say one USD is 26,000 VND. All right. So keep that in your mind. All right. Three, build a normal food and transport routine. Okay. So yes, you're not going to like, if you don't like Vietnamese food, all good. They have a lot of international food here. So you're going to spend a lot more money. Okay. 30 to 40% more, but it exists. Okay. If you've never tried Vietnamese food, try it. Okay. Because it's going to save you so much money. All right. Or you could cook. You can cook. Okay. There's grocery stores here, local grocery stores. There's Anam Gourmet. I did a video about it. It's the only supermarket video on my channel. All right. It's like I did that like 2 years ago. All right. But it's still prevalent today. Okay. So go check that out. All right. It's one of the popular videos on the channel. And so yeah, I show you the local supermarket and international supermarket. They exist. Okay, so if you want to save money, eat Vietnamese food, cook for yourself. If you don't care about that and you want taste and you want quality and all that good stuff, Vietnamese food is quality, but international food exists, and then just go there. Okay. But make sure you build your normal routines. Okay, first 30 days, don't worry about the routines too drastic. All right, get used to this place. Just get used to it. Okay, all right. But if you're dead set on I move here, well, get used to your routines. Okay, because again, if you plan on going back home after your 90 days short trip, if you're going back to there, then you'll be able to. I just lost my train of thought. Forgive me. You'll be able to save and have a better plan. Okay, going back home. Number four, notice your mood, sleep, heat tolerance, and energy. Yes, absolutely. Make sure that, because Vietnam will get on your effing nerves. It will. Okay, it will. There's going to be multiple things that get on your effing nerves. Trust and believe. Okay, so if that is, be ready for that. Okay, be ready for that. Okay, this place is great, but when you live here, there's things they do, and there's things that they don't do that we're used to. Okay, that we're accustomed to being like, huh, why you do that? you know? Okay, okay. I warned you now. Okay, the heat tolerance is a huge thing because it's hot. This place is a hot country. It really is. Okay, even if you live in the lot during the day, it's fudging hot. It's fudging hot. Be ready for the humidity and the heat. Okay, straight up. Be ready for that. If you're not ready for that, this country might not be for you. Okay, and then the energy, it's crazy. Okay, I should say energy equal cray cray. Okay, this place is cray cray. Okay, it's fun cray cray and negative cray cray as well. Be mindful. Okay, keep your wits about you. Number 5, meet people carefully. Absolutely. A guy once told me, an expat told me when I was living up in Hanoi, he said, Kev, another American, he said, you cannot be friends with everyone around here. And I'm like, huh? What do you mean? This was before I met my wife. I was like, what do you mean? And he's like, not all expats are created equal. And I was like, I get that. Clearly, I've been here for a few years. I get that. And so I'm just going to pass that information to you guys. Be careful who you meet here and who you trust with your information. Okay? Don't don't befriend everybody. Okay? Be friendly, but don't befriend everybody. Okay? I know you guys understand, but you could come here and you could be so excited about meeting new people from around the world, people that you would never think of meeting, dating women that you never think of meeting, dating, all kinds of things, right? Don't spill your beans to everybody, okay? Keep some shit to yourself, okay? All right, because it will come back and bite you right in the ass. Okay, we know this. We're older. We know this. All right, right? All right. 6, do not sign too fast. That's everything. Okay? If it sounds too good to be true, it is too good to be true. Truly. 7, do not compare your first week to someone's 6th year. Yes, you're not going to be me. Okay? You don't know everyone I know. You don't know the things I know about Vietnam. All right. That's why I'm trying to give it to you here. Okay. All right. On this channel. So if you haven't tapped into the subscribe button, hit that subscribe button, man, and turn on the notification bells. All right. I know a lot of you guys don't have the bells on there. All right. So yeah, tap in with me, man. Don't compare your first 30 days to my six and a half years. Okay. But I can teach you guys. Okay. Anything. You have a question, ask me. All right. So I see some comments. Let me get into them, and then I'm gonna get into. We're almost done here. All right. We're doing real good. We're doing real good. All right. So bear with me. Let me pull up some. Let me pull this up, and let's see what we got here. Blissful Horizons. My girl says, I need massages daily, peace, wellness, holistic care, being around few locals, District 3, 2, and 7. I'm feeling the most pull. Okay, for you. Okay. Yeah. I mean, see, guys, you can tell my people, my crew, because of how she worded this. It's because she's tapped in, man. This is it right here. All right. We don't need a whole long paragraph and stuff. Give me some information. Get clear about what you want in Vietnam. And I've been working with her, so I know she knows what she's talking about. Okay. And so most people can't do this. All right. This is quick off the dome, right off the dome. You need to get like this. Okay. Just being honest with you. Okay, you need to know what you want and where you want to live. Is what I'm trying to say. All right. Shout out to you, Blissful Horizon. You already know what it is. My man, it's Pooh. What's up, bro? Welcome, brother. It's been a while. I think I haven't seen you in a minute either. It's Pooh says the women up north. Yeah, I know you got. I know you got someone up there who's going up there. So yeah. And I know you're going up there as well, so good luck. All right, you're going to be in good hands. You're going to be in good hands. Just have fun and don't do anything I wouldn't do. All right. Shout out to you. It's Pooh for real. EO says, what about download useful apps? So it depends on what you're looking for, but like I would download Grab. Like I said, GRAB, Grab. I would download. They down here they call it Yalo, but in the north we call it Zalo, right? So ZALO. That is the messaging app. It's kind of like like it's kind of like a local WhatsApp. I mean, everyone uses it in the country, literally. They have like a 96% user rate in the country, so everyone uses Zalo. Let me see, Grab, Zalo. Um, yeah, that's it basically. I mean, obviously Google Translate, Maps, of course, Google Maps, of course. I would definitely do that. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. That's the basics. There's more, of course. Now, other apps, if you guys need some sort of banking, you want to use QR code and stuff, I would download. What is it? Timo, Timo. That is a bank. It's a digital bank where you can connect your home bank, and it's kind of a shield, right? And you'll be able to use their app, and they will give you a card as well. Now, the thing about them is that they have like a little center, like a little banking center, where a digital banking center where you can go in and talk to people and give them cash. You're going to set up your Timo account, Timo, Timo, Timo account, and before you get here, okay, before you come, set it up, right? And then you're going to go to the center wherever they have them there, but there's one here in Ho Chi Minh, and so it's like 3 minutes from my house, right around the corner. And so you go there, you give them a deposit, give them the money, and then you will show them your passport. They'll activate your account. Your account will be activated, but they do some things where they release your account, right? And so you'll be good. That way you can use QR code and be like a local. Okay. So yeah, I hope that helps. Blissful Horizon says, "Ain't iPhones only have eSIMs now?" Okay. All right. Yeah. I'm not sure. I'm not an iPhone user. I'm an Android user for life. All right. Let's go. Um, Anonymous. Okay. Hey, what's up, Anonymous? Welcome to the live, brother. Anonymous says, "Don't have a nervous breakdown on camera and calling it yourself." Cough, cough, ladies, and calling it finding yourself, cough, cough, ladies, right? Yeah. I mean, everyone's different. Everyone's different. I'm just saying, everyone's going to be different. So, if I were you, I wouldn't come here just for dating, but everyone's different. All right. What's up, Anonymous? Morgan, FTC says, "Hello, Morgan," says, "Hi. How to get a job opportunity in unskilled work? Please reply." So for lack of time, just email me, Morgan. I'll put my. Give me a minute here. Let me put my email, and you can email me, and we'll have a conversation. Let me see. Bear with me. That's correct. Yes. Lighting is so off over here, man. Okay, so Morgan, this is my email address, okay? Kevin T at thestoryofkt.com. Just message me and we'll have a conversation, okay? Let's go, Mr. Navigator. All right, what's up, bro? What's up, fam? How you doing? Shout out to you. Salute to you, brother. You made it. You made it, bro. You made it. Let's go. All right, Matsuvan says line, literally. Line. Are you talking about the Chinese app? I'm not sure. Let me know if you are. Matsuban says, "Hey, stop talking when I'm using voice to text." Yeah, facts. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. All right, and the Mugreen. Sorry if I'm butchering that. Revolt, yeah, Revolt as well. But I don't really use Revolt just because it's like a European thing, and yeah. But you can use Revolt as well, guys. You can download Revolt. That's good too. So if you guys have any questions, you want anything, just hit me up here. This is my email. All right. I'm going to jump back into the content here. So bear with me here. We are now, so after 72 hours, you guys got the plan for 72 hours. You got the plan for 30 days. Now let's get into the housing, your housing strategy. All right. So these are things about what you should be doing when looking for a house or an apartment. Yes, you can rent a house. Okay. I live in a house. Okay. I've already shown that on my channel. Go into my videos. I did a few months ago. Okay. What this house looks like where I'm in right now. Okay. You can rent a house. You got to find the right real estate agent, and you need to know what questions to ask. Okay. A lot of foreigners don't understand this, but you can rent a house. Okay. You don't have to settle into an apartment. Okay. Newsflash. Number one, I'm always going to tell you, choose the neighborhood first. Okay. Two, make sure, let me get rid of that. All right. So make sure that you guys, I know it's difficult to check out the noise situation, especially when you're only going to be during the day, right? You're checking it out during the day. So I know you can't check it out at night. It's important that if you can, go check out your rental before you sign the lease and give money. Go check it out during the day. Obviously, that's when you walk through. But then go with your whoever you're with. Go by yourself. Go to that neighborhood at night after preferably 6 p.m. and go check it out. All right. See how noisy it is. Really, what I'm noticing is around after 5 p.m. karaoke starts. Okay. So in most neighborhoods, 5 p.m. Okay, karaoke starts. So go check out your apartment, the neighborhood, and see what it sounds like. Okay. But during the day, I would check out the when you're walking through, check out obviously the sunlight, if it has natural light, airflow, water pressure, mold, make sure the ACs work. Are they brand new? Are they not? There's a huge difference between getting an old AC unit and old AC units, plural, and brand spanking new AC units. The cost is either you're going to pay $50 generally, probably about 50 to 60 USD every month for an older unit, for older AC units, or it's going to cost you about $20 every month. That's the difference between a brand new AC unit and used AC units. Okay, trust and believe. Okay, because I paid it. I was like, how come my bill ain't going down? And we would use it less. The old ones. Now we have brand new ones, and now I understand the difference. Okay, I was paying a lot. All right, like a million VND every month more than I needed to pay. All right, just giving you guys nuggets, man. All right, thank you guys for hanging out with me, man. I really appreciate you, truly. All right, make sure you hit that like button. All right, and share this with somebody. All right, so and hit that subscribe button. All right, number 4, to make sure you guys test cafes, food areas, because you're gonna need to find what your belly likes. Okay. Make sure you find the supermarkets, delivery services. How does all this stuff work? Delivery services, for the most part, is they don't leave your packages just anywhere. Okay. So they'll call you if you ordered something online. They'll call you, like for example, Lazada or Shopee. If you order like Amazon, it's like Amazon, but those are two companies like Amazon. And so if you buy from them, they're not going to just drop it off. They're going to call you and you have to come and pick it up. Like they'll come to your place, your house. They'll be outside. You have to go receive it. If you're not here, they'll document, okay, he wasn't here, and they'll come back the next day. Okay? So if once you start to get your routine and once you start to order, you start to get to know your delivery person, your neighborhood around so people won't steal your packages and shit. It happens, all right? More than you know. Once you get that routine, these are little things you don't understand, but then you start to understand your delivery guy, and he'll be like, "Hey, I'm here," and then you'll be like, "Yeah, just leave it there. It's cool." And they'll be like, "All right," and then he'll go on about his way. But it takes time for you to develop that. Okay. Um, let's see. And transport. Make sure you guys either are going to drive a motorbike or you're going to be reliant on Grab or taxis. Okay. Um, Grab is taxis. Okay, not Grab or taxis, but Grab taxis. Okay. Uh, Understand when it rains in Vietnam, north to south, Grab is less reliable, super less reliable. So just keep that in mind. That's why it's important to at least learn how to ride a motorbike, and then you can at least rent a motorbike, and that way you can be more independent. Okay? Just putting you on game. 5, look at landlord communication and building security. Depending on where you live, most buildings will have security. Okay? Excuse me. Most buildings will have security. Most of your landlord, they'll be very communicative in the beginning before you get the money. If they're less communicative before they get the money, that's a huge red flag. Huge. All right. Usually that happens after you get the money. After they get the money, they kind of like, you know how it goes. Come on, you know how it goes. Before they're like, hey, hi, okay, great, and then after you sign a lease, give them the money, and remember you're giving them a lot of money, right? 2 months rent or 2 payments minimum, right? So that's a lot, and so they're they get less communicative, right? Then it becomes more like texting, you're like, bro, come on, and then they won't fix shit for you fast enough. I'm not saying that's all landlords, but it's a lot of landlords. Okay. So, yeah, I'm developing something that you can kind of get that data as well. I'm developing it. It's already developed. I'm just waiting for it. All right, so just make sure you guys understand that. Okay, number 6, do not rent from photos alone. I gotta say it again. Number 6, do not rent from photos alone. You gotta go see it. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say on that. Don't be desperate. Okay, get here, get stable. You're in your first 3 days, right? So we're renting a hotel for 5 days, and then we're gonna go and kind of get casually look at places, but don't do that in the first 30 days though, really. Okay? Get detox, get used to Vietnam, and then after your first 30 days, I would start looking for something if you like the area. Okay? Number 7, a cheaper room far out can become a more expensive mistake. Reason why I say that is if you don't drive, that's going to be a big problem for you, because a lot of people, if you're cool with being outside of the major city and stuff, cool. But it's going to become a hassle because of traffic. All right? That's all I'm going to say about that. Okay? If it's further out, just prepare yourself for your transport. That's why I put it on the end, transport. Okay? Because most people forget about it. They're like, there's plenty of taxis, there's plenty of Grabs, and it's like, but then when it starts raining, then you're sitting there for 30 minutes because Grab or B didn't pick up. I'm telling you from experience. Okay. All right, let's keep it rolling, man. So now what I would give you is what I will do this is what I would do in my first 90 days. Okay. This is step 7. So this is our last step. All right. So first step was we got clear. All right. So we got clear. Step 1. Let me move this out the way here. All right. So step 1, we got clear on why we were moving. Okay. And then step 2 was how much do we need to save? How much of a runway do we need to have? Okay. So step 3 was make sure that we choose the right city. Okay. And then once we choose that right city, then what we gonna do in that right city? Okay. So the first step 4 is what are you gonna do in the first 3 days in that city? Okay. And then after that, what are we going to do for our first 30 days, our first month there? Okay. So it's again different from the first 3 days than it is from the 30 days. Cool. And then after that, we're going to come in after our 30 days, we're starting our housing search, our apartment strategy. Okay. Remember, I said after the first 30 days. Don't even think about apartments in your first 30 days. Okay. Just make sure that um, you have sufficient accommodation for the first 30 days. Okay. After that, now if I'm you, within those first 30 days, I'm gonna stay like 1 week. And if you're cool with moving, I know a lot of people don't like to move, but I would at least check out 2 hotels within the first 30 days. Okay. 2 weeks, one, 2 weeks in the other. Okay. And these would be in different areas. So I would test out District 3, go around, check out District 3. Then I would check out District 2 or Tao Dien, and then check out there for 2 weeks. And then that's your first 30 days. If you like Ho Chi Minh City, then pick the area you like the most. Then go start after your 30 days. Start your apartment guide, your apartment search. Okay, do the same thing in Da Nang, same thing in Hanoi. Okay, that's what I would do. All right, so now I'm going to show you guys the 90 days. Okay, what I would do, and I just told you a little bit based on this. First 30 days, 90-day structure. Make sure you settle into Vietnam. The bacteria that's the new bacteria in your body, um, get through that. That's your system. Okay, make sure you're detoxing your brain. Second, build your routine. Slowly build your routine these first 30 days. Okay, and then within the first 30 days, the third thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that I'm going to decide, okay, I spent 2 weeks in Tao Dien, I spent 2 weeks in D3. I liked D3 better, so I'm gonna go and check out D3 better again. Okay, remember, because we have 90 days, right? We have another 60 days. All right. So if you are really want to dig in and you find a good area, like let's say D3, spend another 2 weeks there. Okay, do it again, but do it in a different area of D3. Okay, this is how you utilize your time. Okay, and then choose deeper, reset, or leave with no shame. See, that's what I'm saying. Okay, what you should test is the budget. Is the climate good? Is your routine that you've been going on, is it sustainable? All right. Your social life, did you make new friends, local or foreigner? Okay. Did you go out? Did you try to date? What was the area like? Did you find that when you were walking around that you found more women on the streets that were more approachable, so forth and so on? Okay. It was lonely. Okay. So these things you need to take into account. Okay. Because it matters. You know what I'm saying? And then what about your healthcare? Was it comfortable? Were there a lot of clinics around? Did you notice that there were a lot of pharmacies? What about actual hospitals? How far were you away from the hospital? How far is the nearest international hospital? Take these things into account. All right. And then at the end, because since you've been around the city, right? We're not just gonna hang out. We're not hanging out just in D3, right? We're gonna go around and check out, Ho Chi Minh City, right? And so ask yourself at the end, is this was this city worth it, right? And you're going to already know this in the first month. All right. So again, these are the things you're going to be testing when you are here. Okay. And you're going to already have a plan before you got here. Okay. Remember, we planned this already. Okay. Now at this point, we're just executing. Okay. Our plan. All right. I see some comments. I'm gonna get at you. All right. So before I get in here, actually, before I get here, let me look at those comments, okay? Because this is gonna be our final. Anonymous says, get portable fans. Yes. Yes, absolutely. It's necessary. So my wife and I we have one, two, we have 4 levels, and we have 3 fans. One, two. Yeah, we have 3 fans, one on each floor. So yeah, and we would actually are gonna buy a couple more fans, to be honest. Fans are gonna save your life, I promise you. All right, they're gonna save your life and your money, and you'll lie. Appreciate you, anonymous. Matsuvan says, Line app. I found it very useful in Vietnam, Thailand, and of course Japan, where it originated. Quite a lot of people in Vietnam have it. I've never used Line. I've used it. No, no, no. I used it, but never here. I didn't even know they used Line here, to be honest. Because to me, I feel like that's a older person app. Everyone here uses Zalo, so it just kind of does the same thing, kind of. But yeah, I noticed that it did exist here, which I thought it was just a Chinese thing. So, um, and yeah, I didn't know it originated in Japan. It did. I thought it was a Chinese thing. All right. Well, see, you learn something new every day. Matsuvan says, Shopee, it's like Amazon for shopping online in most of Southeast Asia, but I think Vietnam, you absolutely need a SIM card and an address for delivery, not an eSIM. That's correct. Yeah, that's correct. Um, yeah, that's why I'm saying like just get a SIM card here. You really just give them your passport, and then you'll be able to register. And they have to register. The SIM card has to be on your passport. Okay, Vietnam is they on it, man. They on it. I'm telling you. But yeah, that's absolutely right. That you just get a SIM card here. It's gonna make your life, trust and believe, it's gonna make your life a lot easier. Okay. Thank you, Matsuban. Appreciate you. Blissful Horizon, yes. And Matsuban says, and you don't pay until you accept the product, at least on Shopee. Yes. So there's options where generally I'll just pay with my credit card that's connected, but you can connect your credit card, or you can do COD, uh, cost. Basically you pay when you get it. I forget how what they say, but yeah, um, generally a lot of people just do COD, and then they just will look at what it looks like, and then there you go. All right, thank you, Matsuban. See, you dropping nuggets, my boy. I love it. And then Matsuban says, cool showers before you go to bed. Yes, absolutely, because it's so hot here, guys. Trust me, it's so hot. Cold showers are going to save your life and your money. Okay. That's what we're talking about. Save money. Okay. It doesn't matter if this place is like cheap. It's costs are rising. Trust and believe, costs are rising everywhere, all over the board. Eating out, uh, cooking, everything, groceries, everything is going up. Trust and believe. And so if you can save any amount of money, trust me, you need to do that here. Okay, I don't care if you have $1 million. You can, you want to save it, right? So save it. All right. So before we get into this, our last one, check out the website here, guys. If you're looking for any information on Vietnam, make sure you tap in here. Just scan this, and it'll take you to the website. All right. And then also make sure you guys hit the subscribe button on the new channel, my wife and I's channel. And maybe I'll show you guys real quick. I don't even know if I have this thing pulled up. I don't have it pulled up. Let me just pull it up real quick, since I might as well. Let's go like this. Forgive me. Let me share with you guys real quick. Okay, so this is our new channel, my wife and I's channel. So thank you guys for everyone who have subscribed to the channel. Man, you guys have gotten us up to 197 subscribers already. That's crazy. Growing faster than my channel. Damn it. No. But shout out to you guys who have been the first 197 of you guys. Shout out to you guys for checking out our channel. If you guys want to see on this channel, it's going to be our family channel. Like I said before, generally it's going to be me and my wife, and we're going to be telling you guys a lot behind the scenes of how we build our relationship moving forward, and all kinds of little stuff, So if you guys are interested in that, it'll be more in depth with behind the scenes stuff on this channel than it will on my channel. Okay, so yeah, go support us. I really appreciate you guys. All right, for real. All right, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Okay, I appreciate you now. All right, let's get into the last bit. And the last one is like the biggest mistakes that I would avoid. Okay, so these are the biggest mistakes that I can see. Obviously, there's so many, but I can't tell you all of them, right? We'll be here for another couple hours, but don't create avoidable problems, guys. Number one, biggest mistake I'd avoid, coming in with little bit of money. Okay, this is very important. Okay, if you don't know anything else, make sure you have a better runway, a bigger runway. Okay, money is everything here. It's everything. And if you ain't got a lot of it, you're gonna have to go home. All right, make sure you have a better runway. Number two, moving only for fantasy or dating. I already told you, this is why I put it on number two. It's high up there. Don't come here because of you saw YouTube videos and then they were like, it's great, great. Or just come here for dating, all right? Seriously, don't do that. Come here because you want to experience Vietnam and because you want to do it for yourself, not for someone else, okay? Get here, then date, okay? Number three, choosing the wrong city. I'm telling you, don't choose the wrong city. Do your research. If you need help, you saw my email me, and I will try to point you in the right direction. Or if you really want some deep dive, hit my consultation link and set up a consultation with me. Okay. Number four, renting too fast. Don't do it. We've talked about it in this live. Don't sign any kind of lease if you only are here for 90 days. You're guaranteed 90 days. Don't sign a 6-month lease. Don't sign a year lease when you only have 90 days. Okay? Doesn't make any sense. Number five, chasing cheap over the right fit. I'm telling you, stop chasing cheap. Okay? Find the right lifestyle fit for your life. Okay? Don't try to fit into a square into a round, a square peg, a square into a circle. Okay, you get what I'm trying to say. All right, choose your lifestyle, choose the city. Number six, ignoring visa reality. Visas, for the most part, are pretty consistent right now, but make sure you guys stay up to date. Okay, it's very important, man, that things are changing on a monthly basis. Okay, make sure you guys check that out. Number seven, last one, mistakes I would avoid. Again, it goes into with number one. The number one, having no money or little money. Okay, not having an exit plan and not having your emergency fund in order. Okay, $1,000 minimum for an emergency fund is cool. Obviously, you can have whatever you feel like, but more the better. And then have an exit plan. Okay, that's most important. And have an exit plan because you can't live here forever. I mean, you can, but you're gonna have to have a plan on how you're going to achieve that. All right. So yeah, those are things that I would definitely make sure. All right. So um, forget that. Okay. So these are my links, guys. All right. I really truly appreciate you guys rocking with me. Again, this has been, if I were moving to Vietnam in 2026, this is exactly the blueprint I would use. Okay. Again, if you guys have any questions, hit me up. There's my consultation links right there. And I got a ton of free resources on my website right here. Scan the QR code, go on the website, thestoryofkt.com, okay, thechannelname.com, and go check out, download the free resources, and get tapped in with my channel. All right. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. Go to the website. You can contact me there. Go to my email. You see it right here. But that's it, man. That's all I got for you guys. Thank you guys for your time. Thank you guys so much for your time, man. I really appreciate you. Shout out to the stay all the way through the end gang. So see you guys next week. Have a good week. Have a good weekend, y'all. Peace.